Let's turn our attention to the United Kingdom. When we talked about automotive design before, most of the topics were around the United States and Germany. But as a veteran industrial country, the United States also has its own automotive design. After the 1950s and 60s, the British automobile market also had the same problem. People want to have a car that is affordable, like GM. Economical small cars met market demand at the time. Therefore, the British Motor Corporation invited a very famous car designer, Izagonis, to take charge of this project. In 1957, Izagonis made a big wish at the time that he wanted to design a small car that everyone could afford and could carry 4 people. According to such a requirement, he started his work. Izagonis was born in Turkey in 1906. In 1923, he came to the UK, worked in various jobs, and finally became an automotive engineer. In 1955, he became the chief designer of the British Motor Corporation, responsible for product development. Therefore, he had a soft spot for this design task and hoped to realize his own understanding of the car through his own design. Through a lot of work, Izagonis finally made a new classic, the Mini, which we are all familiar with. And he also achieved great success. In 1969, Izagonis received a knighthood from the Queen of England. He often stressed that he did not invent the Mini, he just designed it. In 1958, the first Mini prototype was produced. The entire length of the car was only 3.05 meters, with 4-wheel independent suspension, front drive, and cooling left design. And the industrial design community believes that Mini's great success lies in the concession of machines. You can find that in the car that is only 3 meters long, the engine, gearbox, drive system, fuel tank, and all other devices together only occupy 20% of the space. 80% of the space is reserved for passengers and luggage to maximize available space. Therefore, this genius design concept allows people to have more freedom in a small space, which is an important principle determined at the beginning of the Mini design. But after the Mini began to sell, it did not get people's approval. Why? Because it did not realize the designer's original idea that everyone could afford it. Many people felt that the price was a bit expensive. It was about twice as expensive as the small car of the same size. Most people think that the Mini looks more like a bus, with many bus elements in the shape. It is not like the ordinary streamlined small car that more people will accept. But fashion people don't think so. They think it reflects a sophisticated, trendy, unconventional styling method. Therefore, in the following years, Mini's positioning changed from a compact car to a stylish car. It had made Mini gradually succeed. But as a stylish car, Mini has some inherent shortcomings, such as speed and reliability. In this case, Izagonis invited his friend Cooper to improve the Mini. Through Cooper's improvement, the new Mini was more reliable and was named after him. In 1961, a new model was born, which is the familiar Mini Cooper. In the 1960s, the Mini Cooper competed in various rallying competitions and won more than 25 championships, helping the Mini Cooper to gain popularity. People gradually accepted the Mini Cooper's shape and its style, but the Mini car began to take a new path after the 1960s. At that time, the British auto industry was in a stalemate, and the Mini brand was constantly being turned over by major British auto companies. It was finally acquired by Rover Motors. In 1994, the BMW Group acquired the Rover Group, so the Mini became a brand of BMW. BMW resold other acquired brands, such as Rover and MG, to other companies, and only kept the Mini, and even invested 360 million euros to build a plant to produce the Mini. Why? Because BMW believes that the Mini has a broad mass base. Many people like it, and it has many followers. and the Mini model is consistent with the popular car fever in Europe. The Mini is the object of obsession for many people. This is what BMW lacks. Because the BMW car series pursues the effect of luxurious large cars, the Mini just makes up for this market gap. In November 2000, BMW developed a new Mini Cooper at the Berlin Motor Show, attracting a lot of people's attention. People found that it organically combines Mini's styling elements with BMW's genes. Since then, the Mini has a renewed vitality. By 2006, 6 years later, because according to BMW's development process, new models are usually launched in a 6-year cycle. So on November 18, 2006, the second generation Mini was launched. And this day is exactly the 100th birthday of Izagonis. We believe that Mini's relaunch on this day is also a tribute to the father of Mini, Izagonis. Through today's lecture, you can find that automotive design is a very complex and highly professional discipline. It needs to consider the combined impact of many disciplines, such as styling design, industrial design, ergonomics, mechanics, and even aerodynamics. All of these disciplines will influence automotive design. And there are many types of automotive design, such as motorcycles, lorries, buses, trucks, etc. Therefore, the design of cars requires a very large team of different professionals to work together. In general, car designers must have an artistic background and professional knowledge of industrial design. Therefore, automotive design is considered to be a very difficult design field with a very high technical content. Everyone may drive a car, but it is difficult to engage in automotive design. In the next lesson, we will talk about another new field. This field that has a lot of contact with everyone and everyone is familiar with is the design of the mobile phone. Thank you, everyone.